All right, here we go. Finally, we are here. After what feels like 84 years. Seems like we're finally going to get this thing started as again 100 laps, 200 miles, pace speed 70 miles per hour during manual cautions or just pace laps. Hopefully, we don't get any more whammies until we get into this lobby, especially with no partner in crime here tonight. There we go. That's a good sign. That is a good sign. I was waiting for it to go on a dark screen say that it was gonna kick me out, but thank Lord it wasn't gonna happen. It's it's almost like playing a game of roulette and just having that happen. So, great sign. So here they go. They're going to get in their pace laps and then get into their positions, and then we will be going green, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks y'all for sticking around. This one's gonna be fun. 100 laps again. Even though the race name is the 8 Mile 200, this one is indeed 200 miles of green flag racing. Look at this. This is going to be something that we'll be seeing tonight. A lot of four-wide racing. Definitely not during pace laps only, though. We will see it a lot during green. Again, shout out to Dark Abyss for helping me commentate the last couple weeks, especially with what was going on with the mic problems. But from what I've been told, it should be better tonight. So here they go. They get in their pace laps, and get into their positions. The 6 of Cowboys and the 21 of Snoop Doggy, the fastest two qualifiers tonight. Well, we're going to go on board here with the 6. There he is. We should be going this time. That's what I have been told. Is they are already going 70 miles per hour. We should be 14 rows deep. As we're about to see these 28 drivers go 185 plus miles per hour. As here we go. 6 of Cowboys, 21 of Snoop Doggy, the front row. The 8 Mile 200 is underway here in Michigan. We're going to go on board here with Suspect Camo, last week's winner. A little bit of contact with the 44, stiff for the biff, moving up the racetrack. As it looks like most of the field makes it through. We got contact right behind him. Big stack up. 48 all beneath the white line. But it looks like they're going to make it through. And lap 1. Looks like it's going to go to the pole sitter. The 6 of Cowboys leading the way. And then the 16 of Asylums in second. And he's coming in red hot. Here they go down into turn 2, side by side. 16 backs off. The 15 of Yoshi Racing up into third. The 12 of Lord Billis in fourth. Going down the backstretch for the second time this race. 16 on the bottom, 6 on the outside. 16 trying to use that draft from the 15, but that 16 is able to stick it down there. Going to the line is going to be a very close call. Cowboys with the second lap. Car in the grass. 4 bad omens. He's going to save it. 19 moves around the racetrack. And we have cars around beneath the white line. 19 around. Suspect Camo. Multiple cars crashing. And the caution has come out for the first time tonight. My goodness. And that is why you start up towards the front, ladies and gentlemen. First caution for incident as we'll be getting ready to have our first restart. Yeah, apparently from what I've been just told from last week's winner, he went from going in the victory lane to hitting, in his words, the fucking stands. So, great little change of perspective and scenery for the 19. And so here we go, the 6 and 16 front row for the restart. We are back green. Good start from the 6. He's got the positioning on the track. That low line expected to be a lot more better on restarts than the outside. And look who is up here for the first time tonight. The 8 of Rybread. Asylums would be proud. He has been watching this guy race for the first couple races this season. Now he's put 3 wide along with the 16 against the 43 of Slideways. Now they're about to go 3 wide again. Wondering when we're going to see our first 4 wide action as we got 1 car on the wall. The 4 of Ullman's got pushed in the pit road. Multiple cars around the grass. 42 around. The 18 of Air Just Cause. And it looks like we are going to stay green. Tough break for all of those drivers involved. Is now looking on with the 31 of Sammy Boy, 3 wide with the 5 of the Reagan Boy, the 22, looks like that's Kevin Yu. Going down into turn 4. We're going to look on from the 3 of Naz Former, currently right behind Slideways and Yoshi Racing. This is for second, while the 6 of Cowboys continues to lead the way. Will anyone make a move here? 15 stays in line, 43 sticking to that low line. 21 laps to go here in this first stage. As here we go, side by side, Cowboys and Slideways. Good double wide action here for the first few rows. You see the 24 of Ron Man in the mix. One of those last guys to get in to the lobby. The defending champ behind the 3 of Trippy Tricks. He is my pick for tonight. As here we go, Cowboys blocking the bottom now. Similar to what you would do at a restrictor plate. As he's going to get some help from the 3 of Naz Former. Going down into 2. Right now, the 6 still with the advantage. Looking up from above with the 3 running in P3. And it's a big stack up there. The 66 and the 12 had a moment just now. So far, so good. Only had 1 caution for incident early on, but it looks like everyone has settled down a little bit. As there they go, crossing the line right now. We are currently at, I believe, 19 to go this stage. Hopefully, I am not a lap behind. With this being around 40 seconds per lap, I don't think that's the case, but prove me wrong, I guess. As now that outside line starting to get stronger. Trippy Tricks taking advantage. We're going to go on board with the 66. There he is. The defending champ. Making his way up again towards the front. 16 of Asylum. She just saw him way up the racetrack just now. As Cowboys still in the lead. But don't look back. Contact Slideways! Yoshi Racing! And everyone saves it. 1 car way below the yellow line. That is the 77 of Material Zero. Looks like Zero is able to keep it going. We're going to shift gears to him real quick. Again, this is the man who helped make all of our graphics this week, as always. So, thanks again to Material. Looking on with Trippy. Side by side. Cowboys, Yoshi Racing. Trippy Tricks and Naz Former. Within the top 4. It's almost like what we were at the start of the race with these guys being double wide. Cowboys with the advantage on the outside. And a big run from the 16. He backs off. 12 car of Lord Billis getting by the 3. They were 3 wide for just a split second. Now entering the backstretch right now. 6 car with that outside line. 15 now trapped in the middle. Here comes Lord Billis. Slideways flirting with that white line just now. Gets it back in. But Lord Billis in the 12. He's had a weird start to the season. He was one of those guys that got caught up in the late accident at Daytona, and then looking on with him right now, currently up in the front. As we got a big wreck in the back, multiple cars around, we have one car up in the air, and that should bring the caution out. The 31 is Sammy Boy involved. The 10, the 34. Huge wreck again here in turn 2. The 48, my sleeper pick involved with a lot of front end damage. The 18 of Air Just Cause. The 42 of Evil Within also collected in this big one. Second caution for incident. So I want to know. I know. Suspect told me that he hit the stands last caution. I wonder if anyone did that this time. But once again, another big accident around the front half of this racetrack, round turns 1 and 2. Here we go. We're going to go on again for the restart. We are past halfway in stage 1. The 12 being on the outside of row number 1. We're back green. Looking on from third place as the 6 of Cowboys continuing to lead the way. Good start from the inside line. A consistent pattern. Here comes the 3 of Nasformer. Oh, 66 with an aggressive chop in front of the 12. As now we're side by side for the lead and for third. The 3 of Nasformer being the challenger to the 6 of Cowboys. I'm going to go on board with the 3 if we can find him. There he is. 3 of Nasformer. First car on the inside with some help from Asylum. Slideways, Kevin Yu in this inside line. The guy who started outside of row 1 this race, Snoop Doggy in the 21 on that inside line. Suspect Camo, Ron Man, Sammy Boy, all there helping the 3. The 6 primarily getting help from the 66 of Trippy Tricks, the 12 of Lord Billis. It's like the 15, I believe. That being Yoshi Racing. Stiff for the Biff is up in this lead pack. The 8 of Rye Bread. The 38 of Bauman. All helping this 6 car out. It is a tight one up here. Sideways taking the peak before. Challenging Asylums here for 4th. And this is going to create a little bit more of an advantage for the 6. That does give him a chance to go back down. He doesn't take it. 6 car powering his way out of 4. Regaining control of this race. As we got 1 car up the racetrack, that was Asylums. We got 10 to go. I don't know if that was just the 16 getting loose or if that was him trying to clear the 3 and that wasn't well made of a move. It's now Trippy Tricks. Does he want to challenge the 6? About to enter the front stretch once again. Top 3, Cowboys, Tricks, and Slideways. Rounding out the top 5, 2 Penske cars, Kevin Yu and Lord Billis. You see this humongous pack. Got a couple 3-wide battles throughout mid-pack. Despite the wrecks, we have seen some very close racing here, as expected. Very similar to the restrictor plate race at Daytona that we had to open the season up at Daytona. Looking on right now for Tricks. Good battle here for 3rd. Suspect Camo in that 19 is there. Right behind that 66. Now he's got a chance for 2nd. He's going to try and take it here. Will he have enough help? 43 on the outside, 22 on the inside. 3 wide behind them. The 3, the 12, and the 15 being those in that 3 wide battle. Here they go into 4, Tricks back down to the bottom. It seems like that bottom line is the preferred line, but that outside can still work if you have enough people with you. As here we go right now, coming to the line, we have 7 laps to go. We just saw an issue with Lord Billis. He dropped out of the line. He also hit the grass there entering turn 2 as well. That's why you saw some dirt being brought up the racetrack not that long ago. But here we go. Will we see a move from the 66? The 6 car being the top car so far this race. Slideways, Kevin Yu, Ron Man, the top 5 looking to break away. They have a little bit of a gap. Now can they manage it? 24 goes high. That's going to disrupt it. He wants more than just 5th. Looking on with Tricks right now. Big enough run, but he stays in line. Let's go on board here with some of our other guys in this field tonight. We're going to look on board here with the outside pole sitter, Snoop Doggy. Currently looking to be one of those cars in the top 10 at the end of this stage. There's the 55 of Rod Wave Beats. He was in the 23 last week, currently driving the 55. Once driven by Insolvable, who has recently announced he was stepping away from this ride. Insolvable not active tonight. Looking on with the 34 Tyreek Speed towards the second half of this group. 45 of GS Racing, one of the last minute entries into the field. Here's the 4 Bad Omens, another open team car racing tonight. 3 wide with the 17 of Steel Nipples and the 10 of Georgia Dog. Now looking to go 3 wide with the 11 of Fungus, another one of those last team cars that were in the field tonight. 10 of Georgia Dog right there, just mentioned. But look at this battle for 3rd. Slideways and Ron Man. Good run for this 24. Didn't have the run he was expecting last week at Texas. So here they go, going down to the line right now with less than 5 to go in this opening stage. That inside line starting to become more of a force. Currently have 3 to go right now. We're going to look on from the back of Cowboys. This is the view you want to watch if you want to see who wins this one. Will anyone make a move against the 6? Right now, it seems Cowboys has fended off every person that has challenged him for the lead. As they exit 4, going to the line, we are at 2 to go in stage 1. As we got a crash in the back, the 12 is another car. That's the 31 is Sammy Boy. Sammy Boy back on track. But tough break for the 12. Lord Billis getting sent to the back of the leaderboard. Is now the 6 being very defensive on this low line. Going down in the 4. When they get back to the line, it will be the white flag for stage 1. Here they go out of 4. White flag in the air for stage 1. Cowboys right now defending that line, entering 2. The 24 of a big head of steam entering 2. What's going to happen here with the 66? Is he going to stay in line or is he going to go for it? Going down the backstretch for the final time this stage. Cowboys trying to hug that white line. Going out of turn 4. 66 seizing a move. There he goes to the line. Cowboys got him! Cowboys, the stage 1 winner! What a good start to this one. Despite a couple of accidents, you see all the car marks that was in the grass. We end off with a photo finish. The 6 beating the defending champ to the line to claim the opening stage here in Michigan. Stage 2 coming up. The W chat, for those of you watching my stream, should still be in the chat. If not, I will have another one at the end of Stage 2. Otherwise, it is all capitalized. SPDSTER. That saves you 10% off of all W products. Again, I'll have that in the chat at the end of Stage 2 as needed. But here we go. We're going to go on board with our new leader, the Reagan boy. In the 5, he's going to go under the white line. I think this was unintentional. Green flag back in the air. Cowboys leads them back to the line. Looking on from the 3 of Naz Former right now. Mid-pack, this whole field got shuffled up during that late round of pit stops. And to say sideways in the wall in the 43. And there he goes. He just became a small dot on the rearview mirror of these cars towards the front of this pack. And there you see him now, the very last car in this pack. That shows just how much one mistake can cost you. As Ron Man in front. On that low line against the 6 of Cowboys. The 19, a suspect camo. From hitting the fences to swinging for the fences. Currently in the top 4. Going down into 4 right now. Looking all around with the 66. We got one car up the racetrack here. Don't know who that was. We can't see him very well. But he gets back in line. Going to the line, looks like the 6 is going to edge the 24 out for this lap. Still a very long way to go. We only gotten through 1/5 of this race. It's going to be around the same length. Now, what's interesting is Stage 1 was pretty much close to the same amount of laps the fuel window was supposed to be. The fuel window, once again, I said in the pre-race show, 22 laps. That is the magic number for the fuel window. They will at least have to pit 2 times in the final stage without cautions. As here they go down into turn 2 right now, currently with 24 to go, which, by the way, they do have to pit this stage if no cautions come out, so that'll be interesting to see with all these guys being bunched up together. Looking on with the 2 of Ding Goldberry right now. Ding in the top 12 in points entering tonight. Here's Slide Waves. He's made up a little bit of ground. Look at him making all these moves back here. Impressive. In by Evil Within, Fungus, the 3 of Naz Former. Now he's going back up to the high line, challenging Billis in the 12, the 38 of Bauman, and the 44 of Stiffer the Biff. 22 of Kevin Yu now trapped in the middle. Looks like he ain't going to find the way back up into one of these 2 big lanes. A little bit of contact there with the 22 and the 44. It slows them both down. That's going to be the break he needs. Now with the 43, an aggressive move. Look at this! Slideways going all over the racetrack. He's already back in the top 10. Looking on just ahead of the 43 and the 8 of Rybret, the 21 of Snoop Doggy started second, back in the top 5, challenging for 4th with the 66 of Trippy Tricks. Now on the backstretch, still a little over 20 to go in stage 2. These cars beating the bang. And look who else. Look who is in the middle. The 43 is Slideways, once again, making some more moves here. This time not on the low line, in the middle line. Biggest loser there, the 15 of Yoshi Racing. He's now trapped on this high line. Going down into 2. Still nearly dead even. 24 with the advantage entering 2. But the 24 is going to slide at the racetrack. Here comes the 19 of Camo. They're going to be 3 wide here for this lead. And the 24 is going to begin his descent. And the 6 is back in front. Camo now, the leader of this inside line. Here they go, exiting turn 4. Still got one car in the middle in a 3 wide spot back there. Looks like that might be Yoshi Racing still. Very close racing here. Up in the lead pack. We got 20 to go. The 6 of Cowboys, he has just been so powerful running that outside line. It seems like that every time he's battling someone, he is able to stick it and keep up with the car on the inside. Of course, it may help that there's that defending champ right behind him, but then you got the 43 who's been running all over the place, making stuff work. He's basically become the Dale Singer of Michigan, making all these moves, getting up to the front. Here comes the 24 Ron Man. He's learning a little bit from the 43. He's going to take over the top spot on the inside line. And now he's going to look for the overall top spot in this race against the 6 once again. Here they go, double wide now, a little bit of contact, 43 and the 16. Again, the 16 has an in-car camera on his live stream, Asylums. Again, his stream, all lowercase, ASYLUMZS. All lower space if you want to watch the in-car camera from his perspective. As we got cars moving all over the place, the 55 being one of those cars. We already talked about him, Rod Wave Beats. He's in the top 10. What a story it would be if he can find a way to victory lane in his first race as the 55 driver. He's currently hanging out with that white line, trying to get back in line. It looks like he will behind the 21, the outside pole sitter, Snoop Doggy. Here they go. We're just going to look throughout multiple people here. Now the 24 Ron Man going out turn 4. Looks like for the first time in a while, it seems this 24 is going to solely lead the field back to the line. Ron Man in the 24 up in front. He was one of the big guys to watch at Daytona. He led probably one of the bigger chunks of laps at Daytona, despite not starting on the pole that race. At least I don't think he started on the pole. I'll have to check on that. But for the 24 tonight, he started 15th. Keep that in mind. Cowboys was the pole sitter for Daytona, of course. The 24, he was the one who started right behind him in 3rd for that Red Hot 250 event. We're going to go back on board here with Asylum's stream here, 16 to go in this stage. But this 24, he now has the flexibility to go anywhere he wants. And now the challenge for Cowboys begins. What's he going to do? He is trapped, not leading this outside line. How will that impact his car? Still got a very long way to go, as it's the 24 to the line. With 15 to go. When we get to the next lap here, I'll let the stream do a quick crank it up. We'll just listen to the cars here for a lap or so. As we got a big wreck here in the back. Asylums is around, sliding all over the inside part of the racetrack in the backstretch. Tough break for Asylums, trying to see if anyone else was involved. Looks like the 5 of the Reagan boy possibly being back here. Tough break for Asylums. Because of that incident, we're going to wait until next lap to do this little crank it up segment. right now looking on from Slide Wave, still in this front pack. This will be interesting to see who gets a penalty for causing this wreck. Looks like the 22 was also involved with Kevin Yu. But here we go. We're back to being side by side for the race lead. Not the last time I'm going to say it. 6 of Cowboys, though, running that lower line. Looks like he's going to lead them back to the line. It will be 13 to go. Let's crank it up for a lap. There we go. Still with 12 to go, and look who's here. The 48, the sleeper pick that I had for tonight, Devil Gavin. In the top 3 right now, side by side with the 6 of Cowboys for second. Got one car way beneath that white line. Trying to see who that is real quick. Looked like that was a light blue car. Might have been the 17 of Steel Nipples, maybe. Could be Slide Waves. Regardless, looks like they got back in line. Pit stops coming up. The 38 of Bombin, the 44 stiff for the Biff. Making runs here against the 6 and the 21, running that outside line. But a key contender not in this lead pack, that being Asylum's. He is not in this lead pack due to the accident that occurred a few laps ago. As we got the 11 of Fungus below the white line. Oh man, contact again with the 77. Goes right back onto the racetrack in front of the 55. And they save it. We are still green here. As they're 3 wide up towards the back end of this first little group. Slide Waves backs off. Remember, you're going to see all these cars signal for pit entry as the 12 of Lord Bill is going under the white line. Now side by side with Suspect Camo trying to stick behind the 3 of Nasformer. The Bass Pro Shop boys running pretty much dead even in a line here on that low line. As now, the 12 of Bill is contact with the 8 of Rye Bread. That was close. 12 gets back in line. 12 car does not want to have another bad stage after what happened at the conclusion of stage 1. There's Asylum. He is already over a half a lap down. Can't imagine how much damage he has on his race car. I know his tires got to be a little bit more worn out due to the sliding on the backstretch. Looking on from Camo right now. The 21 Snoop Doggy running all the way on that outside line. We're going to be seeing all these cars signal here. That might be the first round. 48 Devil Gavin, the 6 of Cowboys. 48 went under there again. I think that was just reconfirmation of him signaling. We'll have to see, or if that was just maybe the tires. Here we go. Survey says, yes, pit stops underway. Looking on the 24, the 48. We got one car with an issue. The 18 of Air Just Cause did not get a proper entry. I don't know if that's going to penalize him with not letting them in. Trying to see who else made it in. Besides those cars mentioned, the 15 of Yoshi Racing. Looks like the 66 of Trippy Tricks. Here we go. Next group, 44 stiff for the Biff. The 3 of Nasformer, the 8 of Rye Bread, leading this second group. Looks like all 3 of them are pitting this time. Same goes with the 31 Sammy Boy, the 19 of Suspect Camo. Here we go. Will they have a clean entry? One car on the wall back there. And the 8 of Rye Bread's around. Material 0 and the 77 hit him. Right after he spun. I think Rye Bread just got loose on his own, but regardless, time lost for the 8. Tough break. 48 of Rye Bread. Here's Kevin Yu in the 22. He's one of the cars pitting here in this final wave. Should be final wave. The 16 of Asylums looks like he's up ahead of him. Let's see. There's the 8 of Rybread. He is exiting pit road. Look at all that time he's lost after that little glide into pit road. Looks like the 48 of Devil Gavin might have a major issue here. I'm going to go back on with him. Here he is in the 48. I don't even think he was in the last group. So I'm waiting to see what happened. He might have lagged out of the race, from what I'm being told. Don't have a clue yet, but we're going to try and find the leader once again here. What a chaotic round just now. There's Trippy Tricks. What I'm seeing right now, the 45, he was the leader momentarily. GS Racing, he might have stayed out an extra lap. And it is confirmed, the leader right now is indeed Trippy Tricks in the 66 car. Let's go on board with him. He's got some help with suspect camo behind him. Few cars ahead that could be lapped, including the 16 of Asylums. He's trying to hang on for dear life. As here we go at the line, 5 to go for Trippy Tricks. He finished in second last stage, and he was just a few inches short of winning stage 1. Let's see if he can redeem himself this time. The car who beat him is the one on the inside. Look at this charge from the 6, going for second. The 55 of Rod Wave in this group. As it looks like Asylums is keeping a good distance between himself and the leader to stay on this lead lap. We're down to 4 to go. As we got one car around here, the 18. And that's it. Caution's out. The stage is over. The 66 of Trippy Tricks is the winner of stage number 2. Congrats to him. Getting the job done here for the second stage. That was a good little preview of what stage 3 will be all about. Getting these long green flag pit stops. Just joining us here, we still got one more stage to go for the 8 Mile 200 at Michigan, the 3rd race of the season. So here we go. We're going to go back up and take a look at the front row. The 8 of Rybread and the 6 of Cowboys. Going back to the line for stage 3. Back green. This final stage consisting of 42 laps, and I will confirm the 48 of Devil Gavin. He is DNF'd from the race. Heartbreaking for the 48. He was up there in the top 3 before pit stops began. So, tough break for the 48. He is the first DNF of the night. Looking on right now, Rybread hanging on to that low line. Cowboys, you see him there, 3rd car on the outside, looking to get back up to that top spot. But Trippy Tricks in the 66. He is going to lead the field back to the line here for the first lap for stage 3. This is what Michigan is basically all about with these 2022 cars. Close racing, lots of draft, a lot of 3 to 4 wide action. As Snoop Doggy in the 21 back to where he started in P2. Now Rybread taking a look for second. The field stacks up, starting from second on back. Trippy Tricks in the 66, back to the line. He's got a little bit of a lead lay over these guys. Let's see if they can figure this out. The 55 of Rod Wave in second. Slideways, who entered this race first car out, 17th in points in 3rd. Let's take a good look here at where the 24 is running at, Mr. Ron Man. There he is. Currently hanging out in this first group. He was up there for a good bit in stage 2. Then the whole pit stop strategies have cycled him all around. Running that lower line side by side with the 12 of Lord Billis. 77 Material 0 making it 3 wide back here. He's got one car in the wall. Slideways in the wall. Something's wrong here with the 43. The 42 also with issues, even within. But Slideways, I hate to say it, we might have just had our first instance of commentator jinx. Tough break for the 43. We're also going to go on board here with, let's see, we're going to go on board with Georgia Dog. Gain some help here with Asylums. Currently still green right now. Sideways now not on the lead lap. That might have just taken him out of this race. Tough break if that's the case. We're down to 38 to go. My goodness. Let's go a little bit closer to the front. Here's Cowboys. Man, that's one thing I did not expect. Cowboys not being in the top 10. He has basically been in the top 3 for basically this entire start so far. And he has found himself somewhere around the back end of the top 10, maybe even out of the top 12. That's 21, Snoop Dogg in the wall. Exiting turn 1, the front stretch. Here they go, entering the back stretch. Let's go on board here. Camo, 3 wide contact. 34 Tyreek Speed, the 5 of the Reagan Boy. And the 17 of Steel Nipples. The 31 of Sammy Boy. We picked him as a sleeper pick for the last couple weeks. Didn't get the job done, but maybe tonight could be a night that he will remember. For good reason. The 45 GS Racing, first starting at 45 this season. Goes up the racetrack. Might have gotten bumped up by the 34 Tyreek. Here they go down into 4 right now. Let's go on board here with our leader. There he is, Strippy Tricks. That's not the view you want to see if you're someone that doesn't like having cars behind you. It's now the 44, stiff for the fifth to the outside. Looking for the top spot. With some help from Sammy Boy and Camo. Rod Wave sticking with the 66, and that, I think, is going to pay off for the lower line. So the 66 and the 55, 1-2, big block! I don't think he's going to appreciate that one. The 55 blocking that 44 all the way under the white line. We have less than 40 to go right now. Cars expected to pit at least twice, as long as we stay under green. 34 to go right now. And this pack has almost became into 2 groups right now. Steel Nipples being the last car in this first group, being by the 8 of Rye Bread. First car in that second group. Trying to get a little bit of a better view of who that is. As Slideways, there he is, all the way to the inside wall. Basically, his race is done. There's Rye Bread. Looks like that's the 6 of Cowboys leading that second group. Still green here right now. 3 wide. Towards the back end of Group 1. Rybread giving all that power to the 19. Getting by basically everyone that was on that inside line just now. So we got a little stack up here, the 38 of Bondman. And the 44 stiff for the Biff. A little bit of a moment there in turn 4. And that's going to make this group of smaller cars into 2. Contact 44, 38 again. Bombing into the wall. 24 in the grass, 38 back of the outside wall hard. Somehow, no yellow. And if I'm the 38, I got to be wondering, what do you got to do to not get wrecked like that? And unfortunately, it didn't just bite him. It bit the 10 of Georgia Dog as well. Tough damage on the front end of that 10 car. Looking on now with Cowboys and Asylums. These two cars are still on the outside line. Speaking of Asylums, if I'm not mistaken, this man was literally about to get lapped last stage. He's already back up in the top 15 after all that chaos just now. Currently battling for 12th. Looking on with the 19 Camo in 4th, Sammy Boy in 3rd, Yoshi Racing back in the top 5. Tyreek Speed, the first car in that big group just behind him in 6th. As we are down to 30 laps here in Michigan. Trying to see the update here on what happened to those cars that wrecked. No one's really close enough to being lapped. That's a good sign. So if there is a caution that comes out, it could save them. The 55. Rod Wave Beats. All over the bumper.com Ford. Here they go down into 2. Good turn 2 here for the 66. Go on the white line! What a save, but what a tragedy! Trippy Tricks goes way too low. And he somehow is still able to lead this group of cars. The 11 of Fungus being behind him. The 2 of Ding Goldberry here. Looks like the 21 Snoop Doggy. The 77 Material Zero. And the 12 of Lord Billis. The 18 of Air Just Calls there as well. And what in the world is this man doing? What in the world is he doing? I have never seen this before. This man literally just went 50 miles an hour on the backstretch. Hopefully that's not for malicious intent. But looking on from the 55, Rod Wave Beats in front because of that mistake from the 66. But the 8 of Rye Bread behind him now on the inside line. The 31 of Sammy Boy leading the outside line. So here we go, 27 to go. This 43 is giving me anxiety just watching it in spectator view. Something tells me we might not have a few unhappy drivers in the field. As Rod Wave Beats still leading the way here at Michigan. Rye Bread 2nd, Yoshi 3rd, Sammy Boy 4th. All on that lower line. Bad Omens. Name we haven't mentioned in a while in 5th. I think I know what the 43 is aiming for, if anybody. I'll give you a hint. Maybe this guy right here. Possibly. I don't know. Tyreek Speed backing off just now. Oh, 8. Rye Bread pitting. Is he going to save it? No, he doesn't. Rye Bread's around. He will enter pit road. I think that was a scheduled stop. But I think he was too high exiting turn 4. Tough break for Rye Bread. Once again, another pit mistake. Here we go. Who pits here? Still expect these cars to pit. once or twice, depending on strategy. No one this time. Maybe the 8 car might have had a penalty to serve. So we are down to 24 to go right now. There's Slideways getting out of the leader's way. That's a little bit relieving. But he will stay with this pack, just to at least hopefully get his lap back if a caution comes out. So there's the 6 signaling this time. That is how you signal. Going under that white line, letting everyone know in front of you and behind you that you are pitting. Here we go. How will this round go? 55 also pitted, Rod Wave. He was leading a good portion. Slide Waves. Got a couple cars behind them. 42 of Evil Within, the 11 of Idyllic Fungus. Trying to see who else that was. Looks like the 66 of Trippy. Alright. Here we go. 44, Sit for the Biff signaling. The 2 of Dingleberry, the 21 of Snoop Doggy, all signaling this time for what I've seen. Yoshi Racing leading this way right now. Going in turn 4. Survey says 44 first to pit. And I think we might have had another mistake. Trying to make sure here. 45 GS Racing, 34 Tyreek Speed, the 12 of Lord Billis with some back-end damage, the 18 of Air Just Calls, 10 of Georgia exiting out now, Cowboys exiting out, Asylum's in, Evil Within exiting, and here's all these cars pitting. Let's actually watch these guys pit. Less cars, that means really there should be no excuse for a mistake, right? I'm just gonna knock on the wood real quick, hope I don't jinx them. 19 going all the way in the grass. And I think we are good. Good entrance for all of these cars in this group. So we're going to stick with these guys for just a little bit until we have this next group come back around. Here they go, they're all off. This could be the lead group. Doesn't look like it now. The 3 of Nasform are there. Gonna get some confirmation here on who the leader is real quick. Again, Asylums has his perspective on Twitch right now as 24 has come to a complete stop exiting pit road. Asylums running in third right now. Let's go on board with him for just a quick second. Give a little shout out to him. There he is. So we have 20 to go. Problem is, we might have some more pit stops. Possibly cars running out of fuel. As the 17 of Steel Nipples in third. There you see the 19 of Camo right behind him in fifth. It is confirmed that the 55 of Rodwave Beats is leading the way. We will have 19 to go at the line. What a battle it's been so far. Rod Wave Beats. Let's tell you the story on his season so far. He made his first start in the 23 at Texas. He had a couple moments where he was up there. Had a solid run. Didn't get the win, but a solid run regardless. And then throughout the midweek, it was confirmed that the former driver, previously insolvable, has left RHRL, leaving this ride open. Rodway said, "Give me the car ride. Let me drive this thing." And currently right now, within the closing stage of this race, he is leading and the caution has come out. Yoshi Racing might have been the one around. And that changes everything. So we will have around 15 to go at the line for the restart. Confirmation free pass goes to the 24. He had a moment exiting pit road. He had to come to a complete stop. He went a lap down. He gets back in contention in 26. So we still have 26 cars in contention. But here we go. The 77, the graphic designer, Material Zero, 55, Rodway, back green. Going down to 2, 77 with the advantage, with that low line. We'll see if he can get it done, but the man who's been up front being able to control these lines for a good majority of this race is right behind him in Cowboys, running in third. As the 55 able to keep up the pace on the high line. Only problem is the 17's not being able to stay with him. Going to the line. It's going to be close here on the aerial view. It looked like the 77 got him. We were just a second late. Going back into 2. 77 slides up the racetrack. That gives the 55 lead back. Now 77 squeezed into 3 wide. 17's going to take second. 66 is triple tricks up to third. Sammy. Contact 77. 77's around. Collects the 8 of rye bread. Waiting to see if a caution is thrown. And it is. The caution is back out once again. Caution out again. We had a great run during the mid portion of this race, and just like the start, we had multiple cautions for incident. Here's to hoping that this is the last one. Stick around for the post-race after. We'll interview a couple of drivers, including the winner of this race, possibly even second or third, and maybe a heartbreak driver. So stay tuned to that after. Oh, here we go. Front row. Once again, Rod Wave beats and steel nipples. Can't believe I'm able to say that on stream. Here we go. We're back green. With 10 to go. Going down to 2. Good start from the 55, going down into the backstretch. Trippy Tricks staying behind on that low line, now making a run for second. Yoshi Racing, third car on the inside. The fourth car on the inside, the 2 of Dean Goldberry. Another guy we haven't talked about that much. He's there in the mix. It will be 9 to go here at the line. The inside line stacks up. 11 car in the grass. That's Idyllic Fungus. He won't go anywhere else but the back. Here we go in the 3. Here comes Trippy Tricks. Goes to the outside line. 31 is Sammy Boy. You see him there on board with him right now. Yoshi Racing in third. Here we go. Yoshi Racing will run, challenging for second. Sammy Boy 3 wide. This is for fourth. 8 to go. Into 2 right now. 3 wide again. This time Tyreek Speed, the one on the low line. Looks like he ain't going to be able to get some spots there. In fact, he will lose spots. Now into 4. A lot of 4s running that outside line. We already mentioned Steel, Ding, Trippy Tricks, Rod Wave, Cowboys is there. And look who else is here. Asylum's 4 wide behind him. 7 to go. Seven to go right now. Going down to the backstretch. Looking on from the Reagan boy in the 5. Shift gears once again. We're going to get a little bit closer to the front. Here's Strippy. He was the pick that I had before this race started. It will be 6 laps to go. Rod Wave trying to do the impossible. I just want to remind everybody, I know Insolvable was in the 55 for the first 2 races. He started dead last at Daytona. You know, the 55 hasn't had that much luck here to start the season off, but what a way that this could change around if this 55 of Rod Wave can bring it to victory lane. As here they go down to turn 4. It'll be 5 to go. Y'all better buckle up. This one might get a little rowdy. 3 wide for third. Ding out of the line. Here we go. 5 more laps. Trippy Tricks staying on that low line. Remember, this is what he did in stage 1 and he fell just short. But he was also the one that went too low while leading the race and nearly wrecked himself, but had a tremendous save. When they get out of 4, it will be 4 to go. Multiple rows deep is double wide. Here they go. 4 more laps around. Tripping to the outside now. Back down to the bottom. Big block on the 17. Rod Wave still hanging on. Cowboys, the first car on the outside line. He knows how to get it done there. Look at this run. Look at Yoshi to the inside. Cowboys can't go anywhere and stay up. This aerial view is insane. These are people in the top 5 going 3 wide. Oh, look out. 3 to go. Rod Wave beats. Looking to do what his former driver in that car couldn't. And that's win this season. Yoshi Racing, third car on the inside. Keep an eye on him. Keep an eye on the 16 of Asylums, also in the top 5. Here they go, going down to the line. It will be 2 more laps to go. Rod Wave looking to hang on. Going down the backstretch. When they get back to the line, there will be the white flag in the air. Going down to 4. Sammy Boy, 4 car on the inside, side by side with the 6 of Cowboys. Yoshi Racing third. Trippy Tricks at second. But Rod Wave beats is going to lead them to the white flag here in Michigan. 1 more lap around as they go down to 2 for the final time. What will Trippy do? The defending champion with an opportunity. Stays behind him, going down the backstretch. 31 tries the outside. No one's going to go with him. That's Sammy Boy. 66 going to give a last little send-off. 55 defends him. Out of turn 4. Rod Wave beats is going to victory lane in Michigan. Rod Waves. He has done it. He is The winner at the 8 Mile 200. What a finish. This winning moment sponsored by Dubby. Once again, use code SPEEDSTER, SPDSTER, all capitalized when purchasing a voucher, a drink, or a t-shirt, or whatever the hell you want on there, and you'll get 10% off on the purchase. What a finish! We're going to get Rod Wave in here. A couple other drivers will also be included as well. Let's get Rod Wave in here. Also get the stream included real quick. Hopefully Rod Waves will respond to the call. We're also going to try and interview the 31. The 66 as well. We're going to try and get in touch with these guys here just real quick. There he is. Rod Wave Beats is here. Alright, Rod, make sure your audio's included, man. Let me know when you got it. Alright, there we go. I hear you. Alright.
I think I got it. I honestly wasn't ready to get my mic. I thought I wasn't gonna win this race.
Oh, you're good. You're good. Alright, so let's recap your last week here in the 55.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
You weren't originally the 55, but you got the ride. You had something to prove in it. 100 laps later, you get the job done. Tell us the last 10 laps of your race.
Yeah, so really, I was just keeping my eyes glued onto the track because I was trying to make sure that I had everything right. The way I was entering the corner, the way I was exiting the corner, and I try to make sure I didn't mess up so that way the train we had behind us wouldn't kind of like mess up and all that stuff. I had a few teammates behind me though throughout all that time, so that was awesome for those amount of laps. But yeah, it feels great to win. I can't remember the last time I won in this league. It's been a long time.
So, I know you mentioned that you had teammates with you. I know the 66, he was one of those guys that was with you for a good portion of that race. I know it probably wasn't expected that he hit the apron while he was leading the race. What was your reaction to that happening?
Yeah, I was surprised. I thought maybe I kind of like lagged a little bit into him. That kind of sent him underneath that line on the apron, but then I realized that maybe he just entered it low because through the race I did also do that a few times where I kind of entered lower than I wanted to, but I kind of tried to manage that just in case towards the end of the race, just like what happened just now wouldn't happen to me.
Gotcha. All right. Well, so looking on to next week for you, now that you have a win, now you would technically be in the playoffs if I'm not mistaken. How do you feel about Road America? On a scale of 1 to 10, how confident are you about that track?
I'd say I'm confidently like an 8. I was pretty much mastered on the Gen 6. I did some practicing on it earlier today, actually. Um, I never really thought I would be a fan of the Gen 7 actually, um, until today. So a lot of confidence for me, and I'm ready for next week or the week after next week, and whatever comes my way and the team's way moving forward.
All right. Well, do you want to give any special shout outs before we hopefully get the 66 or the 31 in here?
Yeah, I want to give a huge shout out to my boss man, Vinny, for giving me this ride and giving me the opportunity to drive for his team and the car. I wanted to make sure I did as good as I can for the team and really any team that wants to pick someone like me to run for them because I do try my best even if I'm not the greatest at every track. I do put my full effort into what I'm doing, and I just try and make it pay off at the end of every race.
All right. Well, there you guys have it. There's your winner. Rodway beats getting it done. First race in the 55 this season, and he walks away with a dub. Congrats again, man. Looking forward to seeing you race next race at Road America.
Thank you very much. Let's go! Yeah!
All right, now we're going to try and interview our defending champion, another guy who's very familiar with trophies, specifically championships. Trippy Tricks, my man, make sure your audio's included.
It is.
All right, well, you had a fun race, including when you were leading the race, including when you had that fantastic save, and then you were able to get back up to the pack and challenge for the win. I just want to hear your thought process on when you had that miraculous save while leading the race.
Yeah, throughout the race, we set up front pretty well. Got to push the team for a lot of that race with the 6. I had the 55 pushing me. I was pushing the 55 towards the end, but when I was leading in that moment, I just caught a little bit too much apron on wear and tear, and tried to see if I can straighten it out, but you got loose. But I couldn't tell you how I kind of kept a race pace with it. But we fell back to about 16th in that run. After that, we pit with a few cars with me. Got a lucky caution. I think we worked our way up to 5th through that pit cycle. Got a lucky caution there. And, it was the first time I saw all season that we had the 4 of my cars lined up. 1, 2, 3, and 4 with the 6, 66, 55, and the 17. So, it was, very, very happy to see all my cars up front for a little bit. I know the 17 got shuffled, but, the mindset going into that, the last restart, the last few laps where, well, if my teammate's going to be in front of me, and if we can try to control the outside as well for a little bit, what's the point in me moving? We kind of had a shaky start to the season with Daytona. We got a lucky 10th place out of it from 23rd to 10th that race. Then, Texas, we finished 6th, I think, ish, like somewhere in the top 10. Had a little bit of a shaky race there, but today, we got 2nd in a stage, we won a stage, and we got 2nd in the race. So, feels good to get back on a good points day after taking the championship last season, starting off a little shaky, but, hopefully we can make it back around, more and more throughout the season.
All right, so looking to next race for you, I don't know what the past has looked like for you at Road America. How confident are you in hopefully winning that race, or at least getting another top 5?
I think I'll do fairly well. Usually with the road courses, I do tend to, make out pretty solid on speed. Usually on heat, at least, they're more of consistency. You can take a little bit out of the speed to add consistency to it. I know Gamer, Ride Wave Beats, he's really good at Road America. Cowboys is okay. Miniker's not bad. That's Steel Nipples. There's a lot of competitive guys in the field this season, and there's probably going to be a lot more competitive guys on road courses now. But yeah, I have some high hopes for Road America. A few seasons back when we had the Xfinity Series here, that we raced at Watkins Glen, I led from lap 1 to the finish of lap 43 at Watkins Glen. So obviously, complete different track, complete different cars. So we'll try to prepare and see how we go from there.
All right. Well, before we interview another guy who had a chance to win tonight, do you want to give out any special shout-outs before we go on to the driver at the 31?
I just shout my team out. Everybody ran phenomenal tonight. Shout out to Gamer to getting, I believe, either, his first win in the league or one of a handful of wins in the league. Yeah, I know he's had lag in the past and bad luck, but after last race, he signed with me, and to be able to get him into victory lane and in the playoffs is special.
All right. Well, there you guys have it. The 66th, the runner-up today. I feel like he got the most points out of anybody this race based on how well he did in the first 2 stages. Congrats again, another great run, 4 to 66. The defending champ looking to get back on track where he left off last season. Thank you again, Trippy.
Thank you.
All right. We're going to go on ahead and interview our third place finisher, the 31 of Sammy Boy. Sammy, make sure your audio is included, buddy.
Yes, sir. It is included. I'm good to go.
All righty. Well, you had a fun little battle there at the end for the win. Do you think you could have done anything different to maybe get a top 2 or even get the checkered?
Yeah, I think I maybe should have just made my dive up to the top a little bit sooner because I feel like that's what ended up costing me at the end of the day, is waiting till the last lap to send it on the high side. Earlier on in the race, I ran side by side with the 55 and the 66 in that orientation on the bottom for a good handful of laps and would get the jump at the line occasionally. But I waited a little bit to do that run, and I should have went a little earlier towards the end. But other than that, happy to finally get a top 5 to start the season. And looking for more, hoping to make the Final Four again this season.
Yeah, my partner in crime, Dark Abyss, he was rooting for you. He had you as your sleeper pick for the first 2 races. We noticed that you didn't get the finishes you wanted, but tonight is definitely a way different scenario that should put you in a much better spot in points. But looking on to the next race, that isn't next weekend for what I've been told.
Yeah, it's week after.
Road America.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about that track specifically?
I'm not 100% confident at Road America. I haven't made an RHRL start there yet. I've been needing to get around to it, but every year I skip Road America, so I have no RHRL on-track experience there as far as I can remember. It's going to be quite interesting because I'm not exactly the best road racer. Your winner tonight, Zach, he's going to be crazy on the road courses, so he's going to be one to watch next week. Congratulations to him. But Road America's going to be a fun one, and I'm excited. I'm ready.
All right. Well, do you got any other special shout-outs before we hopefully get in contact with our 4th place finisher?
Yes, sir. I'd like to give a big shout out to Casey Master, my boss. He's been my boss in several different leagues now. I wouldn't be here without him. Shout out to the team I own, Team Dynamite. Evil had some bad luck. The 43 had some bad luck, but the 44 had a good finish tonight. I'm proud of Jaden Key for all he does for the team. And yeah, P3, I'm ready to go on to Road America. Thank you for commentating, brother.
Yeah, no worries, man. I'll be here for next race. We're going to try maybe get in contact with one more driver. Looks like the 15 is not on right now, but we're going to try and get in touch with our 5th place finisher. There he is, the guy who won last week. Suspect Camo. Buddy, make sure your audio is included.
Yeah, it's on.
All right.
What's happening?
Well, you had a top 5. Again, you are on a roll. You won last week. Get another 5th place run this week. It looks like momentum is on your side right now. Tell us about your race today.
My race was pretty fun. I came in obviously pretty solid. I didn't have to worry about finishing bad. Just gonna go for points. Try to keep that regular season points lead. Gets playoff points if I can. Didn't happen when not happening, but I know I got some good stage points and a good finish. Worked pretty well with a bunch of people on track, so that should help me going in to the rest of the season. It's always good to have some allies, and it's good to have me as an ally too, because I saw there with the 31, help get him up to 3rd. Just like to help everyone I can. Pays out in the long run.
Yeah, looking at your overall race today, it looks like you got a top 5 in stage 1. You got 4th in stage 2, so you definitely got a good bucket of points tonight. So looking forward to Road America for you. Again, I don't know your past stats there. How confident are you in potentially getting another top 5 or yet another win?
If I don't win Road America, I'm going to be extremely disappointed. Road courses are by far my best track in this game. I love them.
All right. Well, do you want to give out any special shout-outs here before we conclude the stream?
Guys I worked with today, Iron Man, I don't think he got a good finish, but I helped him get up to the front a few times. We worked very well together. Sammy there and Nastormer. Again, probably missing a few, but those are some guys that I noticed it worked well. Biff, 44, I know he was there, so Yeah, those guys are
Yeah.
really good. Help me
To
me through.
clarify on your statement, you said that you didn't know if the 24 finished well. He did get a top 10, so not a bad run for him. All those drivers you mentioned got in the top 12, so not bad runs for them. Again, congrats on your good run again. This time getting a top 5. Looking on to the next race at Road America, that will be in a couple weeks for those of you watching the stream. And as one last reminder, the results from Michigan did come in, so we're just going to recap the final running order before we end the stream. Rodway Beats, we interviewed him earlier. He was ecstatic. He is wanting more. The question is, will he get the job done? We'll figure that one out here in a couple weeks. Trippy Tricks, the defending champ, in second. Sammy Boy in third. Yoshi Racing, and then the man we just interviewed who had won Texas, rounding out that top 5, Suspect Camo. And then Asylums in the 16, the 44, Stiff for the Biff, Cowboys in the 6, Rye Bread in the 8, and then Ron Man in the 24, rounding out the top 10. Nasformer in the 3 and 11th. Steel Nipples in 12th after being up there in the front row for some of those final restarts. The 22 of Kevin Yu in 13th. Ding Goldberry, the 2, 14th. And then Lord Billis in the 12th and 15th. Pretty much a whole Penske train right there. The 38 of Bomb in the 16th. Bad Omens 17th. Snoop Doggy, the outside pole sitter, in 18th. The Reagan Boy 19th. And then the 45 of CS Racing, who made his debut tonight, getting 20th. Actually, I think his name is GS Racing. My apologies. But he got a top 20 in his first start this season. Material Zero, thanks again for the graphics once again, getting 21st. Fungus in the 11 getting 22nd. Tyreek Speed 23rd. Air Just Cause 24th. Georgia Dog 25th. And then the last car on the lead lap was Evil Within in the 42. Slideways in the 43 was 27th. And then rounding out the running order, the 48 of Devil Gavin. Again, for those watching the stream, as a reminder, February 3rd, first road course of the season. The 19 felt confident about this track, and for many reasons. Road America, that is the 4th race of the season. That will be on February 3rd. But for now, this is Regular Show. Thanking all of you for watching the stream. Once again, final reminder for the W code. Use Speedster, all capitalized, SPDSTER. That saves you 10% off on your first purchase. But for now, for the last time for the month of January for RHRL coverage, this is Regular Show 48. Thanking all of you for watching and saying so long. We'll see y'all on February 3rd for some road course action.